our beloved lecturer Dr. Aisha and fellow friends. Today, we from Group 7 will be presenting a topic about Muslim-friendly tourism from legal perspective. So, the presenters will be me, Nur Syafiqah, as your first presenter. The second presenter is Balkis. The third presenter is Aziza, while Hanis will be the fourth presenter, and the last one is Nur Atifah Nadia. So for the introduction, as we know that people nowadays know that halal is not only concerned with food and drinks that permissible for Muslim, but also relating to other things that involve in their lifestyle, for instance cosmetic and personal care. Tourism also included when we talk about the lifestyle of people, but what we want to focus is that the halal tourism, or in other name is Muslim friendly tourism. Before we go too deeper, let me explain what is Muslim friendly tourism. Basically, the definition of Muslim friendly tourism is about a type of tourism that adheres to the values of Islam. In Muslim friendly tourism, it is suggested that all products development and marketing efforts are designed for and directed at Muslims. Muslim-friendly hospitality services such as airlines, hotels, and food services are the new fast-developing tourism products in the Muslim-friendly tourist industry. Muslim-friendly tourism is mostly more friendly among non-Muslim countries such as Japan and Korea. As Malaysia is a Muslim-majority country, the Muslim-friendly tourism is significantly developing and well-known among the other countries. Malaysia evolved Muslim-friendly tourism as a favorable niche to draw the attention of the Muslim tourists from any parts of the world. The evidence is that Malaysia has ranked the first place in the list of best Muslim-friendly holiday destinations according to Mastercard's Crescent Rating Global Muslim Travel Index GMTI 2021. The government really gives an emphasis on Muslim traveler support. Thus, it has made Malaysia as a country of choice for tourists. Without further ado, let's hear more about the history, acts and regulation related, and also issue about the Muslim-friendly tourism from other presenters. I will pass the baton to the Balkis.
Historically, the term Muslim-friendly hotel has been informally used by several Muslim minority countries such as Japan and Korea to describe the hotel operation that are suitable for Muslim occupancy, especially those who are traveling to their country. However, even though this kind of hotel is claimed to be suitable for Muslims occupancy, the hotel operators there does not benchmark this kind of hotel to formal Sharia legislation and standard. This is due to this kind of hotel. They are still serving alcoholic beverage in some areas inside the hotel building. For example, in their bar, but for the consumption is limited to their non-Muslim customers. Basically, this is what that after measuring the difference between the concept of Muslim-friendly hospitality and Sharia-compliant hospitality, and causing the Muslim-friendly hospitality concept is being known as more lenient to the Sharia-compliant hospitality concept that requiring the adopter to fully comply with the Sharia's principle in the operation. In general, the development of Muslim-friendly hospitality and its concept can be traced back to 2015 following the introduction of Malaysian standard Muslim-friendly hospitality services requirements. Nonetheless, there is still a scarcity of detailed research in the field of Muslim-friendly hospitality operation and practice as compared with the Sharia-compliant hospitality and its concept. The demands of Muslim tourists when traveling are guided by the Islamic pillars and the pillars of faith. This is due to the fact that Muslim is required to act in accordance with and believe in the pillars of Islam and the pillars of Iman. Otherwise, it is deemed a sin, because Islam is a way of life. Muslim is expected to perform religious responsibilities such as prayer 5 times a day and consume halal food wherever they go. It's a necessity that hotel operators care in providing such amenities that allows Muslim customers to complete their normal religious responsibility. For example, the hotel can place a sign of arrow pointing the Qibla in the hotel room, providing a prayer the religious requirement is critical in delivering hotel service and developing the marketing plan. Hence, means that hotel management should learn how the Muslim customers should fulfill their religious rituals in order to meet their needs when traveling. Basically, religion is regarded as a reliable element that impact consumer purchasing behavior, increasing the availability of religious-related goods and services. Definitely, this insight will help to improve the operation of hotel service for the targeted customers. In the tourism industry of Malaysia, there is an increasing number of hotels that provide Muslim-friendly amenities and rooms. In the approximate count, there is a total of 396 hotels in 2019, currently active in catering for the niche market of Islamic-related hospitality segment. In general, the expansion was influenced by, first, the Organization of Islamic Conference (OIC) countries increased efforts to improve the tourism industry of its members by increasing travel among its members. Second, the high spending behavior of Middle Eastern tourists, which piques the interest of many hotels in catering their hospitality demands. Third, strict security measures in Western countries that have made it difficult for Middle Eastern tourists to obtain travel visas, causing them to travel to Eastern countries. And fourth, the halal revelation, which has increased Muslim tourists' knowledge of their religious. As a result of this factor, the prospect for the Muslim-friendly hospitality concept and the business itself appears to be bright, even though the development appears to be swaying due to the earlier concept of Islamic-related hotels in Malaysia, which is the Sharia-compliant hotel not becoming the preferred choice for adoption by Malaysia's hotel operators.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Naaliza and now I will explain about act and law related to the tourism. As we know, halal tourism has now been established in our country, and due to that, the acts and regulations regarding halal tourism have not been established too. Therefore, tourism in Malaysia only uses two acts, which is the Tourism Industry Act 1992 and the Vehicle License Tourism Act 1999. Based on these two acts, then there are established 5 regulations, which is Tourism Industry, Tour Operating Business and Travel Agency Business Regulation 1992, Tourism Industry Licensing and Control of Tourist Regulation 1992, Tourism Industry Licensing of Tourism Training Institutions Regulation 1994, Tourism Industry Compounding of Offences Regulation 1992, and Tourism Vehicles Licensing and Control of Tourism Vehicles Regulation 2000. The Tourism Industry Act 1992 was established on 30 January 1992. It is provided for the licensing and regulation of tourism enterprises and related matters. There are 3 main things related to the tourism industry, which tour operating business, travel agency business, and tourism training is. There are 7 sections contained in this act and it has been broken down into 5 parts. This is the important section in this act, that is Section 5, Requirement for License, Section 8, Revocation of License, Section 14 until 20, Part 3, Requirement and Duties on Licensed Tourism Enterprises, Section 21, Part 4, Licensing of a Tourist Guide, Section 23 until 28, Application and Revocation for a Tourist Guide, and the last one is Section 31A and 31B, Part 4A, Regulation of Accommodation Premises. The regulations contained in Act are the Tourism Industry, Tourism Operating Business and Travel Agency Business Regulations 1992. This is the first regulation which provided for the standardization of terms of holiday contract between travel and tour operators and their respective holidaymakers. Tour operating business means any business of providing all or any of the following services. First, arranging for sale or commission any transportation, accommodation, tour services or any other incidental services for tourists within or outside Malaysia. Second, organizing or conducting for sale or commission inbound or outbound tours. Third, providing conveyance for hire to tourists. And fourth, any other services incidental to any of the services enumerated above. Travel agency business means any business of providing one or any of the following services. First, selling, arranging, or making available for commission tickets entitling a person to travel on any conveyance either by land, sea, or air. Second, selling, arranging, or making available for commission accommodation places within Malaysia or outside Malaysia. And the last one, any other services incidental to any of the services enumerated above. Next is Tourism Industry Licensing and Control of Tourist Guides Regulation 1992. This is several sections that are provided in this regulation, which Section 2, Definitions Tourist Guide, Section 21, Licensing for Tourist Guide, Section 23, Application and Qualification of Tourist Guide, Section 24, Grant of License, Section 26, Authorization Card, Section 27, Duties as Licensed Tourist Guide, and the last one is Section 28, Revocation and License. The Tourism Industry Licensing of Tourism Training Institutions Regulation 1994 is an institution, center, or school that provides training or courses in respect of tourism services and management, including hotel and catering services. It has been designated by the Minister under Section 3 as a tourism training institution. Section 3, Power to designate tourism training institution. Refers to the Tourism Industry Compounding of Offences Regulation 1992. This involves the compounding of offences involving which matters under this Act. Among the contents of the regulations by this Act are: they make a sum of money not exceeding 50% of the amount of the maximum. Second, an offer under subsection 1 may be made at any time after the offence has been committed. The last one is where an offence has been compounded under subsection 1, no prosecution shall thereafter be instituted in respect of the offence against the person to whom the offer to compound was made. Okay, now we go to the Tourism Vehicles Licensing Act 1999. This Act was established on 30 June 1999. It is Act 594, which is an Act to provide for the licensing and regulation of tourist vehicles and for matters connected therewith. The content of this Act is licensing of tourist vehicles, which is every tourist vehicles must be licensed, must apply for a license, must renew the license, and related matters. For the appeal sections, every appeal relating to licensing shall be made to the Minister, while for offences and penalties, each licensed vehicle will be subject to a penalty, and some links related to offences in this section, such as false statements and some other content, are also included therein. Lastly is Tourism Vehicles Licensing and Control of Tourism Vehicles, Regulation 2000. This regulation involves several matters as contained in the Tourism Vehicles Licensing Act 1999, but it is more focused on the licensing and control of vehicles, which is vehicle license application, determination of applicant suitability, license renewals, and loss of destruction. All this content is very important to ensure that the vehicle used is safe for the user and does not cause injury or accident. Okay, that's all from me. Now we go to the next presenter.
As the official body with authority in administration of halal certification matters in Malaysia, JAKIM play a very important role in the development of the halal industry and consumption. JAKIM main importance in the halal industry is the recognition of halal certificates to all industry sectors. Consumers will be more confident to buy and use products that are halal certificate by JAKIM compared to recognition from other bodies. In the fields of tourism, JAKIM is involved in recognizing halal certificates to hotels that apply for halal certificates. In Malaysia, there are many hotel branches that are certified halal by JAKIM. The Tourist Development Corporation of Malaysia (TDC) was established on 10 of August 1972 as an agency under the former Ministry of Trade and Industry by an Act of Parliament. The mission of TDC is marketing Malaysia as a destination of excellence and to make the tourism industry are major contributor to social economic development of the nation. The objective of Ministry of Tourism: first, promote Malaysia as an outstanding tourist destination. Second, showcase Malaysia's unique wonders, attractions and cultures. Third, enhance Malaysia's share market meeting. Fourth, increase Malaysia tourism revenue. Fifth, encourage tourism and its related industry in Malaysia. And the last one is help develop cosmetics tourism and promote new investment in the country. The growth of tourism would also contribute positively to the country's economic development and quality of life. Next, we go to the Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture. The vision and mission for MOTAT is Malaysia as a culturally rich, sustainable destination and also empowering an inclusive tourism and cultural industry ecosystem. Policy statement of the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture Malaysia to drive a competitive and sustainable tourism and culture sector for the socio-economic development of the country. The objective of MOTAT: first, empower tourism and culture products or programs towards strengthening the national identity. Second, increase synergies and cooperation between tourism and culture sector to make Malaysia a destination of choice. Next, promote the unique of Malaysian art, culture and heritage as well as tourism products as the main catalyst for the growth of the country tourism and culture sectors. Next, provide knowledgeable, skills, creative and innovative human capital in the tourism and culture sectors. And the last one is develop the Islamic Tourism Malaysia for strengthen Malaysian tourism at the international level. Then we go to the Islamic Tourism Center. The Islamic Tourism Center (ITC) is in developing the concept of Muslim-friendly destination through strong government support, industry cooperation, and innovative ideas. The agency under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture was established on 20 of June 2009 to help build an environment that enables Muslim-friendly tourism in Malaysia through education, research and also training. ITC vision is to be the prime mover and a leader in positioning Malaysia as an Islamic tourism and Muslim-friendly tourism of global standard and recognition. ITC missions to undertake the task as an internationally recognized center of excellence and point of reference in Islamic tourism and Muslim-friendly tourism through strategic research, training, capacity building, standard and certification, industry development, and inclusive ecosystem.
Now, I will present about the issue regarding the Muslim-friendly tourism and hospitality. There are three highlighted issues, which are: the first one is the impact of halal tourism and hospitality because of coronavirus. Second one, the absence of a support system to the implementation of the Muslim-friendly hotel concept. And the third one is the customer satisfaction. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, the border gate were closed and the government implemented the movement restriction to curb the spread of virus. Some facilities such as prayer facilities and halal restaurant was also closed, causing the tourists choose not to continue their journey. But once the tourism was open, the industry recovery process is slow due to the perception of tourists who want safety for themselves and their family. The cost of meeting such as safety expectation by the tourists will be very high and will definitely affect the provider's competitive advantage. The next one is the absence of a solid support system to support the implementation of Muslim-friendly hotel concept. This may cause many hotels to claim to be Muslim-friendly hotel without understanding the correct concept of Muslim-friendly hotel operating terms. So, the concept of Muslim-friendly hotel will be just a business tagline and not as a proper implementation. Besides, there are hotels that apply Muslim-friendly hotel concept in operation based on MS 1500 only, and there are hotels stated that Muslim-friendly hotel concept is only relevant in a restaurant, and there are hotels that running the fully hotel operation based on Muslim-friendly concept to achieve the Sharia compliance. From this, we can see that there are different ways of Muslim-friendly hotel implementation in Malaysia. The next one
there are complaints from customer when the hotel offering different hours for women and men in using their public facilities such as swimming pools and gym. It is because they want to enjoy the public facilities together at the same time with their partners and families. But there are also complaints from the customer, for example at Adia Hotel Langkawi, when they face dissatisfaction by Muslim clients when offering its gymnasium to both genders at the same time. So we can see here that not all the demand from customer can be satisfied by hotels. Thus, the hotel will provide what they can afford according to their budget and plan. It is because implementing the Muslim-friendly hotel requires a high cost. That's all from me. Thank you.
As a conclusion, the implementation of Muslim-friendly tourism promotes both Islam and halal to the world. The empowerment of aid and law and regulatory bodies on tourism ensure that the business operates legally and can be trusted. A firm, credible and all-encompassing regulatory framework will create a sustainable ecosystem of MFH practices in Malaysia regardless the issue arises. That's all from us. Thank you for listening.